Vaseline, jet fuel, plastics, asphalt base oil, paraffin wax, and yes, even petroleum jelly are all derived from one incredible source, crude oil. But what transforms raw, unrefined oil into the smooth, healing balm you keep in your medicine cabinet? Today, we're taking you behind the scenes to reveal the fascinating process of making petroleum jelly. To get Vaseline, we start by converting crude oil through distillation. This critical step separates the oil into two essential components, a heavy, wax-rich fraction and a lighter base oil. These two materials, once isolated, become the building blocks of our product. Next, these ingredients are combined in a precise blending process, where the wax and base oil are mixed in just the right proportions to create the ideal consistency. But we're not done yet. The blend then undergoes hydrotreating, a process in which hydrogen is used to strip away impurities like sulfur and nitrogen, ensuring that the mixture is pure, stable, and safe for use. Finally, the petroleum jelly is refined further through bauxite filtration. This step decolorizes and deodorizes the product, removing any residual contaminants and leaving behind that signature, clear, odorless, and smooth jelly we know as Vaseline. Now, let's dive deeper into each step of the process. Everything starts with crude oil. This crude oil goes into the atmospheric distillation tower, which heats the crude oil and separates it into different parts, like gasoline, diesel, and kerosene. But the heavier stuff stays behind as atmospheric tower residue. Now, this leftover heavy stuff goes into the vacuum distillation tower. This is like using a pressure cooker. It helps get more useful materials out of the crude oil at a lower temperature. This process gives us lube feedstocks for making lubricants and vacuum tower residue. The vacuum residue then goes into the deasphalting unit, where propane is used to remove the thickest parts. Some of it becomes bitumen, used for roads, while the rest comes out as deasphalted oil. The deasphalted oil moves to the solvent extraction unit, which removes unwanted parts, rubber process oil, used for making rubber, extracted product, which contains useful wax and oil compounds. Now comes the magic. The extracted product goes through a dewaxing unit to produce base oil and paraffin wax, the two main raw materials used in making petroleum jelly. Wax storage and oil storage tanks hold the respective raw materials. The wax and oil are heated in separate heaters until they reach to temperatures between 70 to 100 degrees Celsius, 158 to 212 degrees Fahrenheit, until they fully melt. This ensures both components are in a liquid state for optimal blending. The heated wax and oil streams merge in a high-shear mixing vessel. Here, mechanical agitators ensure that the two ingredients are thoroughly combined, achieving a homogeneous mixture. The blended mixture is passed through a filtration unit to remove any impurities or particulate matter, which helps in maintaining the smooth texture of the final product. The purified blend is then slowly cooled in a controlled environment. Continuous mixing during cooling prevents the components from separating, allowing the mixture to solidify into its characteristic semi-solid state. The finished petroleum jelly is transferred to the petroleum feedstock to go through the hydrotreating process. Petroleum feedstock is first preheated in a heat exchanger to raise its temperature, typically in the range of 300 to 400 degrees Celsius. High-purity hydrogen gas is then introduced and mixed with the heated feed. This mixture is prepared for the reaction stage. The feed hydrogen mixture enters a fixed-bed reactor that is packed with a catalyst. Common catalysts are based on cobalt molybdenum or nickel molybdenum supported on alumina. After the reaction, the effluent is cooled and passed into a separator. The hydrogen-rich gas is recovered, and the desulfurized and generally cleaner liquid is sent for further refining or directly to the filtration process. A hot, blended mixture of mineral oil and wax is continuously passed through a vacuum drum filter. This removes solid impurities, resulting in a clarified, homogeneous liquid. The purified liquid is then cooled gradually, allowing it to solidify uniformly into the semi-solid consistency characteristic of petroleum jelly. After cooling, the product is a smooth, stable petroleum jelly free of grit, ready for packaging and consumer use. Thank you to all our viewers for watching this video. We appreciate your support and hope you found the explanation helpful.